You can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Keep exploring. Keep dreaming. Keep asking why. Don't settle for what you already know. Never stop believing in the power of your ideas, your imagination, your hard work to change the world. When ignorant folks want to advertise their ignorance, you don't really have to do anything. You just let them talk. The best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. Don't wait for good things to happen to you. If you go out and make some good things happen, you will fill the world with hope. You will fill yourself with hope. Just because we have the best hammer does not mean that every problem is a nail. We are reminded that, in the fleeting time we have on this earth, what matters is not wealth or status or power or fame, but rather how well we have loved and what small part we have played in making the lives of other people better. Change is never easy, but always possible. Hope is not blind optimism. It's not ignoring the enormity of the task ahead or the roadblocks that stand in our path. It's not sitting on the sidelines or shirking from a fight. Hope is that thing inside us that insists, despite all evidence to the contrary, that something better awaits us if we have the courage to reach for it, and to work for it, and to fight for it. Hope is the belief that destiny will not be written for us, but by us, by the men and women who are not content to settle for the world as it is, who have the courage to remake the world as it should be. If you only think about yourself, how much money can I make? What can I buy? How nice is my house? What kind of fancy car do I have? Over the long term, I think you get bored. I think your life becomes diminished. The way to live a full life is to think, what can I do for others? If somebody is different from you, that's not something you criticize, that's something that you appreciate. Don't ever let anybody tell you that your efforts don't matter or that your voice doesn't count. Don't ever believe that you can't make a difference. You have. Mothers are the rocks of our families and a foundation in our communities. In gratitude for their generous love, patient counsel, and lifelong support, let us pay respect to the women who carry out the hard work of motherhood with skill and grace. And let us remember those mothers who, though no longer with us, inspire us still. Where you are right now doesn't have to determine where you'll end up. Learning to stand in somebody else's shoes, to see through their eyes. That's how peace begins. And it's up to you to make that happen. Empathy is a quality of character that can change the world. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. I do that every day. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It shows you have the courage to admit when you don't know something, and to learn something new. All of us share this world for but a brief moment in time. The question is whether we spend the time focused on what pushes us apart, or whether we commit ourselves to an effort, a sustained effort, to find common ground, to focus on the future we seek for our children, and to respect the dignity of all human beings. When times get tough, we don't give up. We get up. The sweetest sound I know is the Muslim call to prayer. What we can do is to live out our lives as best we can with purpose and love and joy. We can use each day to show those who are closest to us how much we care about them, and treat others with the kindness and respect that we wish for ourselves. We can learn from our mistakes and grow from our failures, and we can strive at all costs to make a better world. The study of geography is about more than just memorizing places on a map. It's about understanding the complexity of our world, appreciating the diversity of cultures that exists across continents. And in the end, it's about using all that knowledge to help bridge divides and bring people together. We did not come to fear the future. We came here to shape it. The best way to not feel hopeless is to get up and do something. A change is brought about because ordinary people do extraordinary things. Don't just buy a new video game, make one. Don't just download the latest app, help design it. Don't just play on your phone, program it. When our interests and values are at stake, we have a responsibility to act. If you're a strong man, you should not feel threatened by strong women. The real test is not whether you avoid failure, because you won't. It's whether you let it harden or shame you into inaction, or whether you learn from it. Hope in the face of difficulty. Hope in the face of uncertainty. The audacity of hope. In the end, that is God's greatest gift to us, a belief in things not seen. A belief that there are better days ahead. No religion is responsible for terrorism. People are responsible for violence and terrorism. Love and hope can conquer hate. If I did not love America, I wouldn't have moved here from Kenya. Find somebody to be successful for. Raise their hopes. Rise to their needs. Reading makes all other learning possible. We have to get books into our children's hands early and often. No one built this country on their own. This nation is great because we built it together. It's not just enough to change the players. We've got to change the game. We as a country have to do some soul searching. Islam has a proud tradition of tolerance. There is a word in South Africa, Ubuntu, that describes his greatest gift, his recognition that we are all bound together in ways that can be invisible to the eye. That there is a oneness to humanity, that we achieve ourselves by sharing ourselves with others and caring for those around us. In the face of impossible odds, people who love this country can change it. Every single one of you has something you're good at. Every single one of you has something to offer, and you have a responsibility to yourself to discover what that is. That's the opportunity an education can provide. The future must not belong to those who bully women. It must be shaped by girls who go to school and those who stand for a world where our daughters can live their dreams just like our sons. What makes you a man is not the ability to make a child. It's the courage to raise one. Our nation owes a debt to its fallen heroes that we can never fully repay, but we can honor their sacrifice. For too many of us, it's become safer to retreat into our own bubbles, whether in our neighborhoods or on college campuses, or places of worship, or especially our social media feeds, surrounded by people who look like us and share the same political outlook and never challenge our assumptions. And increasingly, we become so secure in our bubbles that we start accepting only information, whether it's true or not, that fits our opinions, instead of basing our opinions on the evidence that is out there. No, you can't deny women their basic rights and pretend it's about your religious freedom. If you don't like birth control, don't use it. Religious freedom doesn't mean you can force others to live by your own beliefs. Reading is important. If you know how to read, then the whole world opens up to you. There's only one thing we can be sure of, and that is the love that we have for our children, for our families, for each other. The warmth of a small child's embrace. That is true. The memories we have of them, the joy that they bring, the wonder we see through their eyes, that fierce and boundless love we feel for them, a love that takes us out of ourselves and binds us to something larger. We know that's what matters. We know we're always doing right when we're taking care of them, when we're teaching them well, when we're showing acts of kindness. We don't go wrong when we do that. Simple exchanges can break down walls between us. For when people come together and speak to one another and share a common experience, then their common humanity is revealed. We are reminded that we're joined together by our pursuit of a life that's productive and purposeful. And when that happens, mistrust begins to fade, and our smaller differences no longer overshadow the things that we share. And that's where progress begins. The future is ours to win, but to get there we can't just stand still. Don't just get involved. Fight for your seat at the table. Better yet, fight for a seat at the head of the table. What is important is that we make sure to work together, that we understand our strength comes from unity and not division. Empathy is a quality of character that can change the world. We will convey our deep appreciation for the Islamic faith, which has done so much over the centuries to shape the world, including in my own country. The future belongs to young people with an education and the imagination to create. Persevere. Nothing worthwhile is easy. My administration is committed to creating an unprecedented level of openness in government. We will work together to ensure the public trust and establish a system of transparency, public participation, and collaboration. Openness will strengthen our democracy and promote efficiency and effectiveness in government. Our destiny is not written for us, but by us. Why can't I just eat my waffle?